All right, not that you'll read that, AJ, but good luck out there, brother. I need to turn some of this sound down so I can hear myself think. Just leave it like that for now. All right, so this is the 420 Sim Racing League. This is the GT3 Challenge. We're at Sebring International Circuit, the international layout of said circuit for an hour and a half of GT3 nighttime racing. As you can see, the headlights are on. The sky is dark. Luke Fallon, our race leader. Nathan King, Jay Connor. That is the top three. Oles Danilenko and Milan Parak in the top five. Vito Gripper, Darren Justice, Cliff Potter, Dean Wright, and Christy Savdoridis in the top 10. Cole Douglas, Brock Clark, Ash Rogers, Jason Hutchins, Anthony Roach, Wade Georgeson, the 11 to 16. Looks like Jeff Price has not taken that McLaren to the field. Oh, look out, the 82 getting a bit loose there. That's Cliff Potter. As lap 2 starts. Now, as is usually customary, I like to get in live a little bit of time to tell you guys a little bit about the track and what's going on with it. Yeah, like I say, I got a message going, "Hey Bob, you going live tonight? We're just starting to grid." It's like, wait, what? So you had to jump on as quick as possible. But yeah, we're Sebring International Raceway. Now this is in Sebring, Florida, and it is best known for hosting the 12 Hours of Sebring endurance race. Now it is 6 kilometers long with 17 turns, a mix of asphalt and concrete, which does give it its famous bumpy character. You can sort of see that through the running of the cars there. Now, the international layout is, as I say, the full iconic circuit, the same one used for major endurance races in real life. So the key characteristics, as to the bumpy surface, the combination of old concrete slabs and asphalt patches make the ride rough, which in iRacing translates into constant wheel feedback and a need for good suspension setup. Technical corners, featuring a mix of high-speed sweepers, tight hairpins, and long straights. Turn 1 is fast and blind, while turn 17 is bumpy, high-speed corner leading onto the front straight. They're almost here. Wish we had the track map so I could sort of see where everyone is. It looks like they're about to hit that start-finish line, so this might work out well. We'll sort of talk our way through the turns here as we start lap 3. All right, so the first turn is a fast left up the main straight. This is a high-speed blind left-hander. Then turns 2 and 3 become the sweeping right left kink. Then they're going to travel into turn 5, which is a tight left short but heavy braking zone. Late apex to get the best exit into the run to turn 7. The turn 7's a hairpin now. It's one of the best overtaking spots on the track. Then you've got turns 8 and 9, which will be the Green Park Curve and Cunningham Corners. Now, after that, turns 10 and 11, Collier Curve and Tower Turn. That leads you into turns 13 to 16, Lamont Curve and Almond Straight. And then finally, turn 17, which is a Sunset Bend. It is the signature corner of Sebring. And it's an extremely bumpy concrete part of the track. You have to brake a little bit earlier, keep the tyres light over the bumps, and keep it running. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry I ran it late. I can't believe I've done that. haven't been given any race information, so not sure exactly what fuel quotas the guys are carrying. We'll jump on over the sim grid. We'll see if that will give us any idea of what tonight's round is about. We know there'll be a mandatory pit stop. There's going to have to be. Just 4 more races after tonight. Lima Rock, Road America, the Magna Course, and Watkins Glen. I'm going to be clicking and get any info. That's great. All right. A lot happening so far. We'll just give the telemetry a bit of a scan there. Wade Georgeson's been in the pits. Looks like Anthony Roach might have had a bit of an incident a moment ago. Let's have a look at this one. The 15th place car. Number 3 BMW there. Oh, just got a bit off track and just slid out on the plate stuff. Hey Harper, welcome in again, brother. Thank you for tuning in. 420 Sim Racing League's GT3 Challenge. We just noticed a couple of cars have had a bit of an interesting start to their races. So we're just having a look at a couple of these replays there. The 707 of Wade George, the Lamborghini, just going off track there, jumping himself over to the pits. Looks like Cole Douglas making his way up the field here into the top 5 almost. Makes his way up into 6th place from 7th. Let's get back to the live screen though. Just remember, not a lap-based race here tonight. This one will be done over time, so an hour and a half. 90 minutes of battling will be the order of racing here tonight. Looks like Wade has called it early. Just 15 cars remain in this battle. Jeff Price withdrew before the race started. Wade Georgeson has retired now. I did see that Rob Chandler had pulled out prior to the race. He wasn't keen to do 90 minutes with his arm injury. So we wish you all the best, Rob. Riding along with Kyle Douglas, the 46 machine, one of our Kiwi drivers. Just outside that top 5. Vito Gripper behind him. Darren Justice up ahead. Trigger the track map to come up, but nah. We'll switch over to cockpit cam. We won't jump to one driver. We'll just sort of stick with these guys here. But I just want to sort of give you an idea of what sort of visual they're working with in terms of the light off the cars and the darkness, etc. Do enjoy racing on this track, but that play bit where it's all like blocky and squared off, so slippery, so easy to lose your car there. And then, like as I used to come through these concretey bits, And through the plate bits, it's just such a varying difference in traction. I feel for the guys that have the super wheels, like the Moses and the direct drives and stuff. I've just got a normal Logi. So don't feel the bumps as crazy. It's not like it's going to rip my thumbs off. And some people, yeah, you can sort of see that they just have to let go of the wheel as soon as. Vito, that looks like it's Brock Clark back there behind him. Dean right up ahead of him. A bit of a Ferrari battle here. Vito versus Brock. Oh, that sounds like my dinner has arrived. Just trying to time it also was here before I went live at 8 o'clock. Yeah. Best laid plans and all that. All right, guys, enjoy the lap 7 of the GT3 challenge. I'm just going to go to the front door. I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, I am back. Sorry about that, guys and girls. Just had to go get some dinner from the Uber delivery driver. Tonight's dinner sponsored by some random takeaway, so I can get a coffee and a little bit of greases to smash down. Frankie boy in the chat. Twitch, howdy, Bob, howdy, brother. Don't need to tell you that we're here for the 420 OzSim GT3 challenge. Sebring International Circuit, you know all about this. Looks like Vito Gripper has also retired. What did we miss while we were away? Let's check the telemetry, see if it'll tell me. Yeah, Vito had a crash on the 6th lap. Jump to the pits. Let's have a look and see what happened there. Looks like him and Brock Clark, they're battling it out. Oh, a little bit of contact between Brock and Vito there. It looks like Vito got the worst of it. At work, mate, I'd rather be racing. He says, yeah. That's right. You're a builder? I think you're a builder, eh? Some sort of construction-y type thing. Coffee is terrible. Give me one moment, guys, while I put some sugar in this coffee just to make it palatable. Oh, I didn't mute my mic. Sorry about that, guys. That spoon will do. Alright, sorry about that. Let's get back to the racing as I climb back into the studio booth. Ugh. Not a lot happened on telemetry there. Looks like Cliff Potter and Brock Clark getting past Ash Rogers. Ash went off the track. Looks like Milan Parak has just had a crash. Let's jump back a bit and have a quick look at those two incidents. Here's Ash Rogers' off-track incident there. Nothing too crazy. Able to get it back on to the track behind the aforementioned 82 and the 10 cars. Brock Clark, Cliff Potter. Milan Parak. Oh, just carried the VB machine a little bit too hard through the turn, and it carried out on him. And I think we've also got Mr. Hutchins, Jason Hutchins, to catch up on. Imagine it's going to be the same sort of deal coming into the turn. A little bit too quick. That plate is just going to be very slippery and carries him around as well. So just 14 drivers still in this race. We've still got, about 70 minutes? Coming up on the 20-minute mark of this hour-and-a-half long 90-minute race. Sebring International Circuit. We're in Florida. Nighttime racing here with the GT3 Challenge. 4 more rounds in this competition to go after tonight. Oh, that's on mute. Up to 5 is, can you add me on Discord? Up to 523. Look, no, we only just met. You literally just came into my channel and said, hey man, I'm going to follow you. Can you please add me as a friend? Feel free to get to know us. Feel free to check us out. and watch the racing. And yeah, look, if we hit it off, who knows? You might get feet picks in your DM. Race leader there, Luke Fallon, Nathan King right behind him. Just something we can do possibly with the sim grid is look up the current points. Who's our championship leader for the GT3 Challenge? Luke Fallon is currently our racing leader over Vito Gripper. Nathan King in third, 155, 158, 176. This is actually a fairly close competition. Lollius Maximus in the Chat Boy Workhorse. Juha would have been my favourite track. Juha Cirilla, everyone's favourite Finnish driver. And Shrubs. Welcome in, Shrubs. We've got some nighttime racing going on. Oh, sorry, trying to chew that bit of sausage. What was I going to say? I was going to say, yeah, so obviously, Shrubs, you're like probably thinking, what? Yeah, you're live already. Yeah, race started half an hour early. Caught me a little bit off guard, so we did rush to go live. Currently 22 minutes in to this 1.5 hour long battle at Sebring International Circuit, Florida. Oh, Nathan King has got that 11 Audi in front in the race lead. I want to go back and see how Nathan King did get that machine in front of Luke Fallon, but this battle is fairly intense at the moment. So I feel like we should probably stay here and just watch the existing battle first. The one time the blurb works as it's intended, like instantly, instead of 10 minutes after you come in and say good day. That's all right, bro. So just 13 remain in this GT3 Challenge at Sebring International Circuit. Jeff Price did not take the track. We lost Wade Georgeson 9 laps ago, Vito Gripper 6 laps ago, and 5 laps ago, Jay Connor. Chris Savdoridis in 13th. Anthony Rhodes currently 12th. Jason Hutchins is in 11th. Ash Rogers 10th. Brock Clark currently in 9th. Cliff Potter in 8th. Cole Douglas 7th. Dean Wright is in 6th. Our top 5, Darren Justice in 5th. Milan Payrak in 4th. Oles Danilenko in 3rd. Luke Fallon in 2nd. Nathan King at 1st. There's Milan Payrak coming to a stop there into the safety wall. Doesn't look like it did too much damage. Looks like he's still got to tow it, I imagine. Or is he just waiting for those cars to come around the turn? He is just waiting. No. Just go. They'll wait for you, brother. Go, 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 go. There's 6th and 7th place drivers, Cole Douglas, Cliff Potter. We did see Brock Clark just in the background there, coming into the S's. Seems to be the main two-car battle taking place on the track. Just looking over that leaderboard there. I can see a couple of cars sort of within 1-2 seconds of each other, but Madeline Parrack and Anthony Roach back in 11th and 12th. But outside of these two side by side battling it down the straightaway, there's a few seconds between each of the other drivers. So it won't be till we sort of get more towards that 45-50 minute mark, especially if they're running 40% fuel, 30% fuel, and they do need that pit stop, then that will start to separate the boys from the men. I think I was mute during the whole time there, and I coughed and muted myself. And so we just went through and watched a bunch of silent videos, basically, of Luke and Nathan battling each other out there. Really do need a mute light, I think. Some sort of big notification from me that tells me I'm muted. I can't be trusted. "30 minutes into this hour-and-a-half long battle, so a third of the way in. Lap 16 is our count. Just checking the telemetry. Not a lot has happened in the last 3 laps. Last event was Cliff Potter getting past Cole Douglas for P6. Well, thanks for the like over at Facebook, Lolly. Appreciate you. A bit of an RGB setup inside Cliff Potter's car as he gets a bit of a purple glow coming off that mirror light. Looks quite nice and moody. Ugh. Easily one of the worst coffees I've had, I think. Nathan King with the Yorkshire Tea. They've all got, a couple of them got the purple lights there, actually. I wonder if that's just the standard GT3 mood lighting. Looks nice. I haven't done a lot of racing at night, actually, if at all, I think. Nathan King's got that race lead over Luke Fallon, our current points leader in the GT3 challenge, by about 2.8, 2.9 seconds. Ole Danilenko, he's like 36 seconds back, 45 for Darren Justice, Dean Wright 47. Then once we get to 6th place, it's a minute or higher, so there's a fairly decent gap going on there. Piggy burps there for Bob. Only 10 more minutes to go till the halfway mark. I reckon we'll start to see some pitting soon, potentially. See the 10 Ferrari, Brock Clark, he is... Oh, he's in the pits in 13th place. Currently riding on with Darren Justice and Dean at right here, 4th and 5th spot. Bitch. Who was that? I didn't have my Twitchy dashboard up. It doesn't show me on Streamlabs for some reason. Ah, Casper, thank you. Castastrophus, the superscript. How do you even say that? Catastrophicus. I'm just going to call you Casper. Thank you. Love you too. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. This is the 420 Oz Sim Racing League's GT3 Challenge every Tuesday night. Only 4 more rounds to go after tonight to crown a champion. Currently, Luke Fallon is our points leader, but Nathan King is our race leader. Catastrophe. And then Cos for cosplay, obviously, because she does all the cosplay costuming and all that stuff. She is a catastrophe, though. I can confirm. I won't dox her by saying who she is, but let's just say I've known that person a little while. Dean Wright, Darren Justice still battling it out for that top 5 position. Darren's in 4th, 5th. Sorry, Dean's in 4th, Darren's in 5th. I believe if you can speak basic English. Look, I'm not paid to speak English, all right? No, it's exactly what I've been done. See, look, I can't do it. I can't talk the Englishes. Let's just, we're not quite at the halfway mark yet. We'll just check the pitting and see if there's anyone that has surprisingly pit. Lap 17 and 18, so Brock Clark, Jason Hutchins were the latest to pit. So not sure, depending on the fuel levels, whether that mandatory pit is going to affect them, if they're going to have enough fuel to continue that run. What's going to be an extra 40, 60 minutes? No, 50 minutes, Bob. 50 minutes. Can't even do math. Don't know how you've made it as a commentator. I don't know. Yeah. But there is our race leader there, Nathan King. Can't quite tell who that is behind him. Victoria Bitter. That is Milan Payrak in 9th there. I am a mess tonight. Oh, Cass, I'll have you know that your sister's my favourite person at the moment. She got me a birthday present. Someone else didn't. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just staring. Just staring at her. She's my favourite, because she did. But I'm not picking on you because she did. Oh. Buy your present when Centrelink doesn't cut our pay. I'll go, oh, well, you know, yeah, okay. That's all right. As I say, I was just taking a piss. Just taking the piss. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I think that's Milan Payrak behind there. Nathan King back there doing the curly whirlies on the track. Oh, yeah. Some Lego. Belle got me some Maltesers and M&M. Perfect gift for a diabetic. There's Cliff Potter, the 82. That looks like Anthony Roach, the 3. So Lamborghini, no, Porsche versus BMW. 82 versus the 3 there. So he raced himself side by side under the Advent Health barrier. Big right-hander. It looks like Anthony Roach going to take that 7th spot. Just going to fall back to 8th there. At least mine won't drink. Chris Savdoridis there. Looks like that is also Ash Rogers. Just trying to work out who that other car is. Ash Rogers is the one there at the front of that pack. Dean Wright is the other guy there in at the middle. He's in 4th place, dealing with a bit of lap traffic at the moment. Right there, he's moved himself up into 3rd. Looks like a couple of the guys started to go into the pits. Luke Fallon, Maylan Parak, Brock Clark currently in the pits. I think Luke would be the latest one to do that. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, lap 21. Looks like Maylan, Ash Rogers, and Cliff Potter all winning on lap 19 as well. So just the top 5: Cole Douglas, Darren Justice, Dean Wright, Oles, Danny Lenko, sorry, and Nathan King is still to visit the pits for their 1 mandatory stop. Cheers for the lurk, Cass. Appreciate you. Looks like Maylan and Brock still in at the pits, as is Luke Fallon, actually. Jason Hutchins might be able to get that position, that lap back soon. Move from 11th to 10th. So the other guys just continue to race their way into this. We're coming up, this is the last minute of the first half of this race. We're in the 45th minute. Castrol 171, Darren Justice trying to race his way. He's in the top 5. He's currently 4th, but he'd like a top 3 finish here. Dean Wright's his first obstacle, about 5 seconds ahead of him. Neither of these guys have been to the pits, I believe, though. No. So that is going to, I think that will be the decider. That will be the who's going to gain the advantage at this point in the race. Which one of those two goes into the pits first? Couple of guys heading on into the pits there. Chris Savdoridis, looks like Anthony Roach as well. race leader Nathan King about to start lap 24. Is into the second half of this 90-minute battle. 46 minutes in, less than 45 to go. Not yet been to the pits though, so looks like he's going to keep generating that race lead. Just sort of push it out a bit further. There's the 16 of Oles Danilenko. The Acura. 37 of Dean Wright, he's in third. It's Darren, no, that's not Darren, just that's Cole Douglas in fifth. We missed fourth when poor Darren got missed out there. Wooly YT in the chat, Shaman at Racing Tonight would have been fun. It is a fun track. It's a tricky track. It's one of those tracks that I don't mind racing on. It's a little bit more complicated. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. What happened to Fallon? Actually, I'm not sure. I thought he stopped in for the pits to just get that sort of out of the way. But no, it looks like he crashed. Let's have a look. Let's go back and watch that out there. Oh, overshot the turn a little bit. Clipped the wall. And the car just could not correct. And yeah, hit that infield wall pretty hard. Not to rub it in, Luke, but let's just watch that again. He barely touched it. Just a little bit, enough to just get that back wheel sliding. And yeah, that is unfortunate. I thought he'd gone into the pits for the mandatory stop. Given that Luke's about, what, 16, I think, maybe 20 points in lead in the GT3 Challenge. Nathan King in third place. This is definitely going to close the gap with about 4 races to go. Yeah, Wooly car park there. No, definitely cannot. Nasty, says Frankie Boy. Yeah. Did it not look fun? Like, barely touched it. I didn't think it was neck code or anything like that, but looked like he barely touched it. Cole Douglas coming out of the pits. Not many more up the top 5, I think, that would need to go through. Darren Justice, Oles Danilenko, and Nathan King. All right, give me 2 moments, guys. I'm just going to go fill up my water. I won't be a second. All right, sorry about the extended break. The running tap water got me to go visit the little BobbethTV's room. Sorry about that. What have we missed? Dean Wright still in at 4th, but I do see that he did have a crash back on the 24th lap. Let's go back and have a look at that real quick. There he is there, the 37 Moser Racing Machine. I reckon he's just going to come into the turn and overshoot it a little bit. Yeah, the chicanes Had to pull up to avoid contact there with the 11 machine of Nathan King, who I believe has been into the pits. So just Darren Justice and Oles Danilenko to still visit the pits. Danilenko's our current race leader because of that. But I would not hold any aspirations of holding on to that, brother. You've still got to stop in the pits. So you can generate, what's the average pit time? Let's have a look, pit lane time. Anywhere from, say, about a minute to a minute 10. So you're going to need to generate at least a minute 10 lead before going into the pits to try and sort of be able to hold that. That is going to be very tricky. Almost done with the second third of this race. We're about 52 minutes in of this 90-minute race here at Sebring International Circuit for the 420 Austin Racing League's GT3 Challenge. Only 4 more rounds to go before they crown a champion. After tonight, they crowned the champion for the V8 Supercars. So that has ended for the current run on Sunday nights for season 4 on BobbethTV. Congratulations to Stephen Varga, taking that championship out. Looks like Luke Fallon has called it. That is definitely going to make this championship run very close coming into the coming weeks. Lime Rock next week. I love Lime Rock Park. It's a great track. A lot of fun. Very simple. You just focus on the racing. I hope it's the chicane variant. Watching Ash Rogers here in 7th. That looks like Jason Hutchins. No, that's Anthony Roach, sorry. The 11 car right there behind him. No, that's the 3 car, Bob. But yeah, 7th and 10th, Ash Rogers, Anthony Roach here on our screens. Ash Rogers does have at least 2 laps on Anthony, so he doesn't have to worry about not letting him by or anything like that. Kyle Douglas there on our screens, the Kiwi driver, 46 machine. Right there behind him, I think that is, yeah, it is Ram Jam right behind him, Cliff Potter, the 82 machine. Kyle Douglas started in 11th up to the top 5, and now Cliff Potter started in 10th, just a row ahead of him, and he's in the 6th place spot. .28, 90-minute long battle. I reckon we'll get about 40 plus laps, probably about 44-ish, based on the math, I imagine. Around at that. So probably at least 10, 12 laps to go in this 90-minute battle here at Sebring International Circuit. It is the international layout, the one commonly used for all of the endurance battles that do occur here. quite known for its endurance factor. Brock Clark and Maryland Payrack still in the pits there. You can see on the leaderboard, Brock does have the hamburger, the black flag with the orange circle. That signifies that he has to get repairs. So that means he has significant damage. Might be in the pits for a little bit. Luke Fallon in 11th ahead of those guys has retired after coming into contact with the wall, losing control. So just 10 cars on the track. Anthony Roach in 10th, Chris Savdaridis in 9th, Jason Hutchins 8th, and AJ Ash Rogers in 7th, Cliff Ramjam Potter in 6th. Our top 5, Cole Douglas, Darren Justice, Dean Wright. Oles Danilenko's just moved himself back to 2nd as Nathan King takes over the race lead. It's okay, so it looks like Oles had to go into the pits. That's how Nathan's been able to secure that pass there. Like I say, unless he'd gotten that lead to a significant sort of distance, then that was always going to happen. Brock's just watching along here. Have a speed. Oh, it's speeding in the pits. Black flag. It says it looks like a meatball to me on mine, but you'll know better than me, I guess. But so what? You've set the black flag out, or is it an extended black flag? Why are we stuck in the pits though? There we go. There's the 6th place Cliff Potter and our race leader Nathan King. Cliff's just got to easily go through the downshifting and let Nathan get on by. Does not want to be a part of that battle. Like I say, Nathan King 3rd in points with the GT3 challenge coming in tonight. So with Luke Fallon falling out around 11th spot. And depending on if Milan or Brock can get back out and get those laps back in that position up, might be enough to really push him outside that top 3. I can't remember who had 2nd though. I know they don't appear to be racing. So it might be, is it Rob? He's one of the guys that's not here tonight. Let's have a look. Let's not guess. Let's go to the standings. Oh, it's Vito Gripper, who's currently, he retired 22 laps ago. So, yeah, Nathan King has a real good chance of stepping up and taking over the points leaderboard here today. Brock says, no, just decided I'd stuffed up enough for one night. I'd had a similar message from AJ, where he said he'd only done 2 laps, so he couldn't give me much info, and he believes it'd be trash out there tonight. But currently, let's see, running 7th. Let's check in. Let's check in with the Joker Ferrari machine. See if we can't get the relative up on the screen and get a bit of an idea of who's where. So we see the Ash Rogers behind him, Chris Savdaridis in 9th. Behind Chris is Anthony Roach in 10th. And Oles Danilenko, who's running in 2nd. So Nathan King and Oles Danilenko having the biggest sandwich of lapped traffic there. 6, 8, 7, 9, and 10 in between 1st and 2nd. Oh, don't have the dashboard up. I knew I was forgetting something. Chris Savdaridis just a little bit of an understeer there up off the track. Kept off the accelerator though, so some of the other cars could get on by, and then he could just get up to speed, get back to business. There's Anthony Roach there in 9th place, back up to Ash Rogers. So the track looks pretty lit up with the lights and stuff, but what was it like out there, Brock? Is the darkness like a bit of more of a factor? Did it play into it a bit? All right, we've crossed the hour mark of both the race and the broadcast. We've got less than 30 minutes to go in this 420 Austin Racing League battle for the GT3 Challenge here at Sebring International Circuit. We're in Florida, USA. Not one of the longest tracks out there, but definitely known for its endurance racing. 12-hour. The 12 Hours of Sebring is its big one, 6 kilometers.
This place is magnificent.
It's only magnificent when you show up, Devourworm. Thank you, brother. Welcome in the tail end of the 420 Sim Racing GT3 Challenge. Less than 30 minutes to go. I estimate about 10, 13 laps. As we see, Chris Avdoridis has a black flag. He's going to have to do a drive through the pits to pay for that penalty as Ash Rogers and Anthony Roach continue their race. Yeah, it makes it a bit more difficult. Sebring isn't one of my best tracks, so sort of a double-edged sword in that one. Brock says the darkness not helping, but not one of the tracks he's sort of known for. I know Ash has put a lot of effort into the final track of the season at Watkins Glen, so expecting good things from you boys for that track. Was that Ash Rogers just letting... no, I thought it was Nathan King. It says the 11 on the screen, but it's the 4 on the leaderboards. Chris Savdoridis is in 10th place. So not a positional battle there. Dean Wright is the other car. Does seem to be getting... I mean, obviously the night's going on and on. We've had an hour of racing, which probably translates to several hours on track. It does seem to be getting quite dark out there. Going along inside Ash Rogers Ferrari there, Track Limits Racing, sorry. Just got to say the full name there, Bob. So Chris Savdoridis just up there ahead of him. Or is it? No, that's not. That is the 9th place, Anthony Roach, actually. Still just the 10 cars remaining. And Nathan King, our race leader, is up there by about 56 seconds on Danilenko. And I did mention that was going to happen. With the delayed pit stop that Oles went with, needed to really match Nathan's entry to have any chance of keeping up with him. All right. 106 into the race. Lap 33. Still sitting up here with Ash Rogers, Track Limits Racing driver in the 312 Ferrari. Not sure if that's Cliff Potter just up ahead of him. They're both a lap down over the lead of traffic, so it's hard to tell exactly where they are positional-wise in the battle. Let's see if we can get the battle box back up and have a look. It is the ninth place. Anthony Roach ahead of him, so not a positional battle. Anthony, if you can get that minute gap closed in over Jason Hutchins, then he will be able to battle for 8th place at least. But looks like there is about, let's see, it's harder to tell, about a minute's difference between Cliff Potter and Ash Rogers between 6th and 7th. See if we can't potentially get somewhere else around the track. Have a look at some of these other drivers. Cameras have loved Mr. Ash Rogers. There's our race leader right there, Nathan the King. So let's have a look, see if we can get an idea of the scoring and how much they're going to get points-wise. Can Nathan... Oh, easily jump into the lead. I think those points are... how many races? Oh, there's some drops in there that are calculating. .35 is the lap count. Not a lot's happened. Last sort of positional change was Anthony Roach passing Chris Savdoritis for P9 back on lap 28. Jason Hutchins had a bit of a crash back on lap 28 as well. But nothing sort of exciting happening in the last 7 laps. Boys just racing it out in their positional spots. Standings have been updated since Alton Park last touch. Okay, that might make some sense. 1, 2, looks like we're up to round 6 in terms of points. Let's have a look at races. What are we up to in races? I don't think we're round 6, are we? Because round 6 is Alton Park, yeah. Okay. I'll stop hyping the point system up then for now. Thank you, Brock. Appreciate you for the heads up. Let's jump up to Nathan King on purpose as he comes through the final sort of stages of the last portion of the lap. He's about to start lap 36, 35 laps in. We're going to go to the customary ride along inside of the car lap with the boys. While Nathan King is just showing us what it looks like from his vantage point for a 6-kilometre lap of Sebring International Circuit. Bob will be back in just 2 moments. Right, where are we at? About 3/4 of the way into lap 36 with Nathan King. Just a quarter of this one to go till we get to lap 37, and about 15 minutes remaining in this 90-minute battle at Sebring International Circuit. That just lets it roll on through, doesn't push it too hard. Make sure he doesn't start to fire it till it looks like it's starting to exit out of the turn. And finishes lap 36 in style. Looks like while we were watching that, a few laps back, Ash Rogers came unstuck. So if you're ready, Brock, we're going to jump back and have a look at that. There he is, there behind the 9th placed Anthony Roach. Oh, just got loose and popped that nose right into the tyres. Doesn't look like he jumped to the pit, so he's kept it going on at the track. Hopefully just cosmetic, nothing too crazy damage-wise. He is still sitting in 7th. Here's a lap up on Jason Hutchins in 8th place. So that might be just enough of a gap. Oh, there's Danilenko there coming past one of the lap traffic cars. Get a good look from inside. Here's a car. He's going to come out nice and wide, maximise that acceleration. It's Anthony Roach behind him there. That would mean that car just in the background could be the Ferrari of Ash Rogers. It's hard to tell. I don't think it is. It's more like a Porsche or something different. Maybe a Beamer. Doesn't look as sleek as the Ferrari is. The Woody Woodpecker on the side of his car, though. I do enjoy that. Welcome in, Danilenko. Big fan of the Woodpecker. Oh no, it's a wave. It looks like a Woody Woodpecker, but I think it's a wave. I'm not sure now. Weigh in chat. Is that meant to is that meant to be a woodpecker? Is it a wave? What is it? Flame. It's hard to tell. I feel like it is a woodpecker. Yeah, I'm going to lock that in. That is a woodpecker. If not, I'm the woodpecker. Coming up on 1 hour, 17 minutes into this battle, 38 laps in. Pretty quiet on the track for the last 5 laps. No positional passes, no off tracks, no crashes. Just a bunch of cars, handful of them, 10 of them in fact. Well, officially at 11, still in the race. Brock Clark is in the pits, but we have had 6 retirees. Jeff Price did register for the race, but did not come out at all tonight. Wade Georgeson retired 35 laps ago. 31 laps ago, Vito Gripper. 32 laps ago. 31 laps ago, Jade Connor. 20 laps ago, Brock parked it in he parked it in the pits. I'll spit it out in a moment. Milan Payrak, 19 laps ago. Has been sitting in the pits, but has officially retired. Has parked it, has put it on the trailer, as has Luke Fallon in 11th spot. 10 cars still remain. .37 at Dean Wright has moved up into 2nd place. Gotten himself past Oles Danilenko. We missed that. So as they come through the turns there, let's just go back and through the S's here. Just played it nice and smart. Got the acceleration out. Dean Wright moving into 2nd place with about 12 less than 12 minutes to go in this race. So about 3 or 4 laps. Going to push Oles Danilenko back to 3rd. He's going to move up into 2nd. So 2 Audis, 1 and 2. Nathan King and Dean Wright. There you go, Frankie confirming in the chat that we'll get the GT3 challenge points updated tonight. I'll get those sorted out so we'll have a better understanding with 4 to go, with just a month left in that competition as to who is really vying for it. Will it be Nathan King, Luke Fallon? Will it be, who else do we see that was up there? Vito Gripper. They were the top 3 as we came into Alton Park several weeks ago. Racing order in 10th place. Chris Doritas, Anthony Roach currently 9th. Jason Hutchins in 8th. AJ Ash Rogers in 7th. Ram Jam Potter in 6th. Top 5, Cole Douglas. Darren Justice in 4th. That man on our screens, Oles Danilenko in 3rd. Dean Wright currently second, and Nathan King our race leader. We have got less than 10 minutes remaining, 9.5 to go. All right, we'll be also just so you're aware, guys and girls, if you do like the racing on BobbethTV, Mudmules TV will be back tomorrow morning from around 10 a.m. For the Knockout's iRacing League's Motor International Limited Late Model Competition. So that will be dirt track oval racing tomorrow morning, and then not back again until Monday morning the following week. The Thursday morning competition, Kadjar Promotions Nationals Hill Tour has concluded. The Sunday night 420 Austin Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercar Season 4 has concluded. So some of the leagues just starting back up, some of the other ones are just finishing, taking a short break. But we've still got some racing coming your way. Jason Hutchins there, the 91, just getting loose and spinning out. Yorkshire T11, Nathan King has run a perfect race. Started up the front and has not looked back. Has dropped down the field, but you had that with a mandatory pit stop in a 90-minute race. But managed to race his way back up. The lead pack waited a bit late, I think, in my opinion, to pit. Not able to set themselves up with a gap, so Nathan was able to sort of fight his way back into the race. We briefly just saw Dean Wright. Now that there is the in second, that's the third place Ales Danilenko. Jumping back to the 9th place, Anthony Roach. 3 on the leaderboard, 11 on our screens. Up ahead of him is the 8th place, Jason Hutchins. They might actually be battling for position there. Let's get the relative up on the screen and have a look. Yeah, they are. Oh, Jason Hutchins. Oh, Jason Hutchins with a big hit there. Anthony Roach also coming into contact with him. I think he's got a bit of damage because he almost did not get off that wall. But Anthony Roach moving up into 8th. Chris back to 9th. So Jason having to go into the pits there. Anthony Roach, Chris Savdoridis, they're the latest one to battle. They're battling for 8th and 9th here. Anthony Roach, how he hasn't carried more damage than I thought. Oh, he must, yeah, no, I think he is. That must be pulling to the left a bit because he just got sort of caught up on the grass. Can't really see the damage. So I wonder if that might just be a netcode type of thing because, yeah, that was pulling hard to the left. There, it looked like he tried to sort of casually run it out of the corner and it just kept going outwards. See there, it's still trying to pull as he turns in. Almost going to oversteer it. Very understeer it on the left-hand side of the turn. There's Dean Wright. He's a minute 12 behind Nathan King. So touch and wood with less than 4 minutes to go. You've got to think Nathan's got this one in the bag. Colt Douglas. This is a Falcon 46. It's a BMW, not a Ford. Falcon is the brand, the sponsorship on the side of the car. This is Ram Jam, Cliff Potter. Oh, I think he's battling for that position as well. They might actually be battling for position right here. Let's have a look. Yeah, they are. So top 5 spot up for grabs here. Colt Douglas has it. Maybe 2-3 laps remain. Cliff Potter wants it. Go, Cliffy. Go, son, says Frankie boy. And Ram Jam get it done. It is a Lambo versus, is it Lambo? Is that a Lambo? That's Porsche. That's Porsche, Bob. Porsche versus BMW. Stuttgart. Colt Douglas is really fending off Cliff Potter here, trying to make that car as wide as he possibly can, try and keep that car on the most efficient line possible. See Jason Hutchins just coming out of the pits there as we roll past. Oh, Douglas. Oh, is still being challenged pretty intently by Cliff Potter here. Come on, Cliff. Up the outside there. He's got a bit of track to work with, but Kyle's going to have the better sort of line to run with. To come through the S's. I do want to jump up to Nathan. Obviously, it's normally customary that we see out the final lap with the leader, but this is a pretty good battle for the top 5 right now, and Nathan King has a 1-minute lead over second place, and like Frankie boy says in chat, cracking fight. This is what it's all about. Leaving it all out there on the track. If you've got a bit of tyre tread there, you've got a bit of spare fuel, now's the time to use it. Lap 45 is our last lap. All right, we'll try and time it. I'll keep an eye on the lap count. Nathan King's about halfway through the circuit. We'll try and get back up to him for the checkered flag and then get back to this battle for the remainder of that lap. I reckon I'm going to say Kyle's got it. It's obviously with race speed, we know, it's one thing to keep your car up under that bottom to keep up with it. It's another thing to have the speed to get out and get past. You sort of rely on the guy in front to make a mistake, pick the wrong line, just do something off character. And Colt Douglas just not letting that chance slip tonight. Right, the boys are just hitting at the halfway mark of the lap as the final quarter of the track for Nathan King. So we're just going to jump up to Nathan and watch him get his flowers and take victory in the GT3 Challenge here at Sebring International Circuit. Nighttime racing in sunny Florida, or hot Florida, I guess. There it is. Congratulations, Nathan King. The Yorkshire T11 machine getting it done here in a beautiful style. But let's get straight back over to the battle. Oh, no, that's not the button I wanted to press. That is the button I wanted to press. Kingy Taylor getting it done. Dean Wright, about 15 seconds up on Oles Danilenko, so I think he'll definitely take second there. But riding along with Kyle Douglas here as they get to that final portion of the race. Douglas is going to hold on to 5th place, and Cliff 6th. Back up to Dean Wright and Oles Danilenko, though. They're back in their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, still on the lead lap portion of this race. But yeah, good battle between Kyle and Ram Jam there. Kyle able to get the job done as Dean comes through the final turn of the track. He's going to get that run. He's going to give him the checkered flag. His race is over. Thank you, Frankie boy. Appreciate you, brother. As I say, if you're not busy in the next couple of mornings, or tomorrow morning, we are live. If not, we're back live again Monday morning. Just for 3 days. 3 days of racing. 6 races over those 3 days. Monday morning, Australian. We've got the 2 races for the Knuckleheads iRacing League. Tuesday morning, 2 for the Knuckleheads iRacing League and the 420 AusSim Racing League, the GT3 Challenge, and then, of course, the 1 race on Wednesday morning. Hell Reaper in the chat. Happy with 7th? Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row. You've sort of come out with the not happy with what's going to happen, not really confident, and finished in that sort of the top half of the top 10, the back half of that top 5. Top 10 of the 5 of the top 10. Oh my God, I am struggling here today. As we all 10 remaining cars get the checkered flag. We've got the results ready to go official. Let's get them happening. All right. Jeff Price did not take the field, so he'll score in 17th. 420 AusSim Racing League's Wade Georgeson in 16th. Vito Gripper in 15th. Jay Connor 14th. Brock Clark 13th. In 12th, start that again. Milan Hayrak, sorry, Milan. Tickford Racing's Luke Fallon in 11th. Jason Hutchins starts the top 10. Anthony Roach in 9th. Chris Savdoridis in 8th. Track Limits Racing's Ash Rogers in 7th. Ram Jam Cliff Potter in 6th for 420 AusSim Racing's. Racing. I don't know why I struggled on that one. Cole Douglas at the top of 5. Use your words, Bob. Thanks to Powerworm. Appreciate you, brother. I'm trying. Darren Justice. If it was written somewhere on a screen that I could read off, you think it'd be easier, but apparently I still struggle. Darren Justice finishing in 4th for Lurker Racing. Oles Danilenko. I think this is his first race. I don't remember that name, but finishing in 3rd here tonight. It's a great finish. He finished 5 spots up, qualified in 8th, finished in 3rd. Dean Wright finished in 2nd for Antipodine Racing. But Kingo, Nathan King, getting the job done here tonight, taking out the victory. Sebring International Raceway. Only 4 more weeks to go before the GT3 Challenge is completed. A champion is decided. So stick around over the next 4 weeks, Tuesday night for that. That wraps up our broadcast. As I said, we're back tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock for the Knuckleheads iRacing League's Dirt Track Oval Racing. Thank you for Devour Word for coming out. Hell Reaper, Frankie Boy, Brock, Shrubs, Harper, Wooly. Who else was there? Casper. I'm not going to try and say your name again. Lollius Maximus, as well as Lolly, Anthony Calf, I'll say up to 5, but I'm pretty sure he's a bot. Yeah, till next time, Brock. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. Look, jump on over to Twitch. We'll try and raid out. Let's see who is live. It's Tuesday night. Griff's live. Griff's one of our faithful viewers. Always comes in and says g'day. One of my mods, one of my best friends in gaming, and I've known him quite the time. And he's getting ready to start his Red Dead Redemption playthrough. So jump on over to the Twitch channel, guys and girls. and we'll go raid Griff, the Merciless, and check that one out. But thanks for coming out, guys. Thank you. Love you all. Boy.